Megumi finally got a 4th move to round out his entire kit, and it's in my opinion the most creative and unique move in this entire game, as well as being one of the funniest to use if you know how it works. However, in all honesty, it doesn't make him great, but I'll save that for the analysis section. Let's go over the updates. Megumi now has a new move, Divine Dog Totality. Toad has a new variant done by pressing Nue during the startup. You can fly with Nue if you press the special button during the startup. Lock-on braking if the follow camera mode is used is fixed. Lapse blue maximum staying near your torso infinitely was fixed. Scaling up walls with emotes was fixed. Sort of. I'll explain it here just to get it over with, but he did fix going up the wall of emotes. You can still hang on to them like Spider-Man though, but it did fix the whole climbing the entire skyscraper part. The texture missing from Infinite Void was fixed. Burst iframes were increased by 0.25 seconds. The Rapid Punch's finisher, not activating, was fixed. Some blood visuals were changed. Toad's tongue no longer has infinite length and will stop if the target goes out of range. Loading and saving builds now displays the status and the amount of storage used. Concrete, sand, and wooden planks were added to the build mode materials. A bug where energy surge would glue people together was fixed. The curve for dashing was made to be snappier. The shift lock was reverted back to using Roblox's default. Aimed attacks on mobile don't aim towards where your finger is, at least that's what I think this means. Finally, one new emote was added to the game. A lot of the updates we got come down to being just simple bug fixes, but for the stuff that isn't, there is a lot to talk about. Let's start simple and then move on to Divine Dogs. The change in the dash curve isn't something I noticed too much, but I think that means it went well. It's definitely not throwing off my gameplay, so whatever Z did isn't hurting anybody at least. Adding in 3 new materials is great for the builders of this game. Wooden planks is just a really nice texture, and I can definitely see sand being used for a Dagon domain build. Nerfing the range of Toad's tongue feels more like a trolling nerf than a nerf to the actual moveset. Before, Toad had infinite range, so you could snipe people to interrupt 1v1s, and it was hilarious. Now, this shuts this down a little bit, but you won't feel the effects of that change unless you're using it for that purpose. The new variant on Toad is kind of like how I expected. It's not very useful for competitive play, it's very funny for casual play, and it's incredibly good for running away, when paired with Nue's special. It's just a funny move that you can use if you want. No harm in more content. Nue's variant kind of scares me. It's not that good for rush rounding like I thought it would be, but it is absolutely incredible for just getting distance. It's an amazing runner tool, especially when paired with the flying toads for more vertical height, and if you use it properly, you cannot be caught. Really not something I look forward to chasing after when Megumi becomes free. Finally, let's talk about Divine Dog Totality. This move is basically the definition of annoying, but very good if used right. It summons a dog beside you, and by pressing the button again, it will auto-lock onto whoever your target is and slash them, doing extremely low damage and ragdolling them. The move will get cancelled if the user is hit, and the startup is also extremely long, meaning that the first part of the move must be used from a distance, or else it will get cancelled. Once it is on the ground though, it basically acts as a free ragdoll and free move cancel button. The dog is incredibly fast, and while it is not blockable, it's not exactly punishable either. It's a lot of pressure, and if someone, for example a Sugana, uses their domain expansion while you have Divine Dogs, you can just pop the move and immediately shut it down. It's so stupidly strong for that purpose, and it's like a perfect zoner tool. My one problem with it though, is that it fixes none of the problems Megumi already has. Megumi still has 0 damage, still automatically loses the match the moment the distance isn't wider than 30 studs, and still auto loses against Yuji. Too late to change anything, but yeah, the move doesn't do all that much to lift Megumi up from the bottom tier. Overall, the move is a fun addition to the kit that doesn't really change all that much about it. It's not bad by any means, but it certainly isn't a saving grace. Doesn't really matter though, since every game has to have a bottom tier at the end of the day. If you enjoyed my yapping, consider subscribing to my channel, because it really helps me continue to make these videos. I'm Nue Eternally, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Bye.